Kabanata 1, Hate. Is it for real? My best friend asked me. Philly gave a huge sigh of disappointment when she finished her routine after me. Nanatili akong nakahawak sa bar habang tinititigan ang sarili ko sa salamin. My feet hurt from overdoing it. Alam ko kasi na kapag tuluyan na nga akong lumipat sa probinsyang iyon, hindi na ulit ako makakapag-ballet ng ganito. I'll find a way for her to make me come back, sagot ko. Your mother should know better, Amber, she ranted habang nauupo at naghuhubad na ng ribbons at sapatos. I spaced out while looking at my face that's as pale as snow. It is only colored with a pink glow on my cheeks. My round upturned eyes are highlighted with my thick and curled lashes. Bata pa lang ako, nakatatak na sa utak ko kung ano ang gusto kong maging ayon kay Mami. I was enrolled in ballet classes, art classes, and personality development classes. She let me join prestigious pageants and stopped after I won a national title. Ang sabi ni Mami, sa modeling na lang ako mag-concentrate at ayaw niya sa beauty pageant. I even heard her call it cheap. It's fine with me though, I like modeling more. You just won a pageant and big modeling companies are after you now. Hindi ba yun ang gusto niya para sa'yo? To also join the international scene and high-end fashion modeling abroad. Paano ka ma-expose? I know that my friend doesn't really care about that part of me. Umisi ako at sinulyapan si Philly. Napakurap-kurap siya. Her shoulder-length curly hair made an artsy nod and she rolled her eyes. Well, I don't support you on that pero masusuportahan kita sa pagmumodelo mo kaysa sa pag-alis mo ng Manila. She lamented. I know. I'll find a way. Ulit ko dahil malaki ang tiwala kong gaya ng dati, hindi ako patatagalin ni Mami sa mainit at nakakabagot na lugar na iyon. I will be leaving our home in Alabang for good. That's according to my mom. Nasabi niya na rin iyan noon, about 4 years ago, when my cousin Nieves decided to go abroad and stop managing the main branch of our chain of hotels. Si Mami ang pumalit. Sinabi niya rin sa akin ito na roon na ako mag-aaral. I stayed there for a couple of months. She realized that I better finish high school in Manila instead. Sobrang saya ko nang napagdesisyonan niya iyon. I don't like that hot and humid place. I don't like the province. I am not interested with the shore and all its promises. Walang mall na mapuntahan kapag bored. Walang mga kaibigan. Walang formal parties na madalas naming daluhan ni Daddy rito sa Manila. You think this has something to do with Harper? She asked. Huminga ako ng malalim. I don't know why my mommy is just so strict with it. Right, hindi pa naman kayo magpapakasal. Good thing my parents aren't like that. Pagod akong ngumiti sa kay Philly. Nakakainggit nga. Their family is known to be very modern and well-bonded. Bata pa nang namulat siya sa pagsama sa mga pinsan niyang lumabas o di kaya'y magbakasyon. Meanwhile, I'm raised this way. Even in my go-sees, I have a chaperone and a bodyguard. I can't go anywhere without the knowledge of my parents. I'd rebel if they were like that, she declared dramatically. Nagkatinginan kaming dalawa. Slowly, her smile went wider. Itutuloy mo? I have never rebelled against my parents or my mother my entire life. Pero, ang desperasyon na nararamdaman ko ngayon ay sobrang tindi na. I am now 17. And I still can't go to the mall alone with my friends. Ang pinakamatagal kong pagdalo sa isang formal birthday parties is just 7 in the evening unless my parents are invited too. Oo, I smiled sheepishly. Handa na rin si Harper. Really? But aren't you scared? Your mom is pretty scary. Bumalik na siya sa Costa Leona. Dad is in Singapore for his stocks, so I would be alone in our house tonight. I just need to phone my bodyguard and driver. They won't report it to my mom immediately. Takot lang nila na pagalitan. Seriously, Amber? I smiled more and nodded. Today is Harper's birthday. Wala ang mga magulang niya sa kanila kaya magkakaroon siya ng birthday party. Me and my friends are also invited. It would be weird na sa lahat ng kaibigan niya, ang girlfriend niya pa ang hindi makakadalo. That's why I am going today no matter what. If I ever rebel, I'd rebel for this. Pinagplanuhan na namin ito ng boyfriend ko. Akala ko hindi na namin magagawa dahil bigla ang umuwi si Mami noong nakaraan. Mabuti na lang at bumalik naman siya agad dahil marami siyang ginagawa roon. I closed the locker door. Handa na ako. Nakapagpalit na rin ako ng idadamit para sa party mamaya. Philly will be picked up by her cousins and some of our friends. Manong? Medyo nanginginig ang boses ko nang banggitin iyon sa driver sa isang tawag. Nakatanaw si Philly sa akin, excited sa gagawin. Meanwhile, I am very tense. Hindi ko pala dala ang extra t-shirt ko. Wala rin sa locker. Pwede bang bilhan mo na lang muna ako ng damit? Kasi hindi kasi ako makalabas sa sobrang pawis, I said. Ganun po ba? Sige ma'am, nandito naman si Victor kung sakaling may kailangan ka. Pakisabi kay Victor na pabili na lang ako ng burger sa fast food. Gutom po kasi ako. Kung ikaw pa po ang bibili, baka matagalan ka pa. I'm sweating bullets. Imagining and planning for this felt so easy. Now that I'm doing it, I realize it's hard. Bukod sa kinakain ako ng guilt sa gagawin ko sa driver at bodyguard, nakakatakot pang isipin na malaman ito ni Mommy. Sige po, bibili na siya ngayon. Thanks, Manong. Maghihintay na lang po ako rito. Kalmado kong sinabi bago pinatay ang tawag. Now, I want to back out. Kabado na ako at halos magdesisyon nang manatili na lang dito sa studio at huwag nang siputin si Harper. My phone rang afterwards. Mabilis ko iyong sinagot. Harper? Magsisimula na sana ako sa paghingi ng tawad, pero your car and bodyguard left. Lumabas ka na, Amber. Ha? Come on, what are you waiting for? We waited for a long time for this. Isn't this your birthday gift for me? I almost forgot about it. Huminga ako ng malalim bago sumagot. Palabas na ako. Susundin si Philly ng mga pinsan niya. Didiretso na ako sa'yo. Panandalian lang ang kaba ko nang sumakay na sa sasakyan ni Harper. He kissed me nang nakalayo na kami roon. He's in college now so he can drive his own car. Ngumiti ako nang nakitang tinawagan niya ang mga kaibigan niya at sinabi niya na isakay niya na ako sa sasakyan. Harper is very boyish in his denim jacket and dark pants. His wavy hair and tender eyes made me fall for him. Haluan pa ng mundo niyang ibang-iba sa mundong nakasanayan ko. I feel we complement each other so much. Him the ruler breaker, me the prim and proper. And it's sweet to know that he's my first boyfriend. Gaano man ka-strict si Mommy at Daddy, he found a way around it to date me. You won't be going home tonight, he smirked. Harper! Natawa ako. I will be going home. Late siguro. You know how it's going to be if I don't. You broke your mom's rule anyway. Then make it worth it. Nag-isip ako. Kahit anong subok kong tanggapin ang sinasabi ni Harper, hindi ko magawa. Takot ako. Saan naman ako matutulog? I was serious when I asked that. Mas lalo siyang umisi at tiningnan ako. Hinaplos niya ang pisngi ko at dinilaan ang pang-ibabang labi. If he wasn't suggesting another headache, I'd feel so giddy because of his move. My room, of course. Kinabahan ako roon. I may be very sheltered, but I know things like this. I'm already 17, and my friends are not exactly living the kind of life my parents have it for me. Mas moderno sila at mas exposed sa mga ganitong bagay. Harper! Don't worry, alright? Akong bahala sa'yo. Maayos at medyo malaki ang bahay ni na Harper sa isang eksklusibong village sa Quezon City. Marami na siyang kaibigan nang dumating ako roon, kaya medyo abala ako sa pakikipagbatian. Even his girlfriends are here. Ang iba sa kanila, ramdam ko ang pag-ayaw sa akin. Hi Amber, nice to see you. Bati sa akin ng ilang babaeng naroon. Hello, tipid akong ngumiti. Nang talikuran ko sila, narinig ko kaagad ang mga sinasabi. Sila pa rin pala. They should just break up. My mood turned sour after I heard it. Ilan pang kaibigan ang ipinakilala sa akin ni Harper. Hindi na bumalik ang magandang mood ko. Mabuti na lang at naroon naman sina Philly at ilan pang kaibigan ko. Gabi na nang sa wakas nagkaroon ako ng pagkakataong maupo roon sa kanila. Ikukwento ko sana ang nangyari, pero dahil sa mga tanong ng ilang kaibigan, naalala ko ulit ang ginawa ko. Buti pinayagan ka? Tanong ng isa. Umiling ako at medyo dismayadong ngumiti. Tumakas yan! Philly announced. Wow! Talaga, Amber? Yeah, I'll try to stay late bago ako magpahatid kay Harper, sabi ko. There you are, Amber. Kanina pa kita hinahanap. si Harper na mabilis pinalupot ang braso sa aking baywang. My friends greeted him. Pagkain at inumin ang naiserve sa lamesa nila. Akala ko mananatili kami ni Harper dito pero mali ako. Come on, let's go. I have something to show you. Nag-aalinlangan akong sumama pero sa huli, pumayag na ako. He introduced me to more of his college friends. 1 oras ata kami sa kanilang lamesa at minsan hindi ko na masundan ang pinag-uusapan. Luckily, Harper is a bit sensitive, lalo na nang nakita niyang humikab ako. Let's go. Dinala niya ako sa kanyang kwarto. Matagal bago ako muling nakaramdam ng kaba dahil sa ginawang pagre-rebelde kay Mami. Inisip ko tuloy kung ano na ang ginawa ng bodyguard at driver ngayon. Pinatay ko pa naman ang cellphone ko para hindi ako matawagan o matrace. Harper closed the door behind us. It's my first time in his room. Sa ibang pagkakataon, excited ako at natutuwa na makita ang silid ng boyfriend ko. Ngayon, pinangungunahan na ako ng takot para sa driver at bodyguard ko. Dito muna tayo para makapagpahinga. Aniya sabay upo sa kama. Iginala ko ang mga mata sa kanyang kwarto. It's also very boyish. Movie and band posters are everywhere and his computer is on the side. Malinis naman ito at ang sheets kulay puti. Harper, uuwi na ako pagka 9. He pulled me closer to him and dragged me to sit on his bed. Bakit ka ba nagmamadaling umuwi? Aren't you happy that you're finally free? He said sincerely. Ngumiti ako. I am, pero tingin ko, Amber, you've broken your mother's rules. Hinawakan niya ang aking batok at inilapit ng bahagya sa kanya. Make it worthwhile. Pagagalitan ka rin naman kung umuwi ka ng 9 o kung umuwi ka ng umaga bukas. Ha? Kinabahan ako roon. Ihahatid kita, okay? Wala naman ng mami mo, di ba? Nagigilty kasi ako sa ginawa ko kina Manong. Baka sisantihin sila ni Dad. Mag-sorry ka na lang at lambingin mo na lang ang daddy mo para hindi mangyari iyon, okay? I am not very convinced yet, kaya nang halikan ako ni Harper, na natili sa isipan ko iyong mga hinaing ko. Harper, I called in between kisses. Shh, he said and kissed me more. He was my first kiss. He wasn't my first crush but I thought then he was my love. Dilat ang mga mata ko nang bumaba ang halik ni Harper sa aking panga at leeg. I felt his hand on my clothed chest. Harper, I'm not ready for this, I said as I watched him so carried away, kissing me. Don't worry, leave it all to me, Amber, he whispered. Naririnig namin ang maingay na music galing sa baba. Tinutugtog iyon ng mga kaibigan niyang magagaling naman sa paghahalo ng electronic music. Kung hindi man, electric guitar ang gamit. Sometimes it would stay silent dahil siguro sa pagbabago ng tugtugin. But the silence right now while he's thoroughly kissing me is just so weird. Harper, parang nawala ang tugtog. Shh, Amber. Ihiniga niya ako sa kama. I oblige but I am on the verge of pushing him away once I feel like it is too much. Harper! Sabi ko at sinubukan ulit siyang itulak. Binalik niya ang halik niya sa aking labi. I got busy returning his kisses until I felt his hand trying to get under my dress. I opened my eyes wildly to push him away again, but before I can do that, sumabog ang pintuan ng kanyang kwarto. Nakahiga ako at nakadagan si Harper sa akin nang abutan kami ni Mami sa kwartong iyon. Mami, in her all-black long-sleeve dress and a tight bun, only needed to snap her fingers bago kami sugurin ng mga bodyguards. Wait! Wait! Harper cried out loud. Mami! Sigaw ko at inayos ang sarili. Mabilis kong dinaluhan si Harper. Hindi naman siya binugbog. Hinawakan lang ng mga bodyguards. They pinned him on the wall. Bago pa ako makalapit, may humaklit na rin sa akin at inilayo roon. Ma'am! Nagtilian ang iilang kaibigan ni Harper sa labas. Wala silang magawa. The bodyguards are full-grown men and defying or fighting them would only mean harm. Nagpumiglas ako. Mami, huwag mo saktan si Harper! Please! It's my fault! It's my plan! Nakalapit ako kay Mami habang hinihila na ako ng mga bodyguards palabas doon. She looked at me with extreme disappointment in her eyes bago binalik ang tingin sa buong kwarto, pagkatapos kay Harper. She looked at everything with so much disgust in her expression, para bang may mabaho kung makatingin siya kay Harper. Ma'am, I'm sorry, please! Harper cried. Leave all the filth and put my daughter in the car. my mommy commanded. Nakakahiya iyon. Nakita ng lahat ng naroon at nagulo ng husto ang party dahil doon. Nakita ko pang pinagsabihan ni Mami ang mga kaibigan ko habang ako'y nasa loob ng SUV. Napaiyak na lang ako sa kahihiyang natamo at takot na rin. Medyo kumalma ako nang pumasok si Mami sa sasakyan at umandar na ito palayo roon. She scanned the whole village with the same disgust in her eyes. Humihikbi pa ako. I tried to say my apologies but she didn't hear me. She ignored me the whole trip to our house. Sa bahay na siya tuluyang nagalit. Sa sala pa lang, naramdaman ko na. "You stupid girl!" she exploded. "Ma'am, I'm sorry. You disobeyed me for a filthy poor boyfriend?" Nagulat ako sa sinabi ni Mami. Hindi na ako makagalaw sa kinatatayuan ko, kahit pa anong gusto kong paglapit sa kanya. "At nahuli pa kitang ganoon ng ayos, Amber? Hindi kita pinalaking sinungaling, bastos at walang breeding!" "I'm sorry, Ma'am. Did you purposely plan this so that could happen, ha? You disgusting girl!" Nanggagalaiting sigaw niya. "Gusto ko sana magpaalam na mabuti, pero alam kong hindi mo ako papayagan, Mami." Lumapit siya sa akin, galit na galit. She put her handbag down on our sofa. Tumigil ako sa pagsasalita dahil sa takot sa kanya. "Hindi kita papayagan dahil hindi kita pinalaki ng ganito para lang mahulog sa lalaking katulad niya!" Bumuhos ang luha ko. I can't believe that I am hearing this from her. He doesn't even have a name in the society. He only has money because his parents are working abroad, and beyond that, nada! Walang breeding, walang halaga. You are a Sevilla, for heaven's sake! I raised you to be a better lady than this, but you're choosing that filthy garbage? Mommy, sa kanya naman magsalita. Harper is a good boy and his family is nice. I love him. Tumigil ka sa love-love na ilusyon mo at hindi yan totoo. Masasaktan ka lang. Sa huli, ako pa rin ang tama. Gamitin mo ang utak mo. You are meant for better things, and if you ruined your life right now for a wrong man of inferior birth, then it's done for you. Pwede ba, Mami? Stop being so matapobre and see the good in people. Money is not everything. You think there is good in that boy, Amber? Kung nakaya niya hayaan kang suwayin ako, ibig sabihin, bukod sa pulubi siya, bastos din. Break up with that filthy rat. No! I love him! I said fiercely. Kitang-kita ko ang pag-usbong ng panibagong galit sa mga mata ni Mami. Long ago, I heard that my mommy married my daddy only for his money. Dad's family is an old rich family of the country. His great-grandfather was once the president of the Philippines. Hindi na nga nagtrabaho pa si lolo at lola noon dahil sa sobrang yaman nila. They can live 1,000 years in luxury without having to work. My mom is also from a rich family, but her ancestors were known for being geniuses in business, kaya sila umangat. Bukod pa sa rich Basque blood. Still, they are not really as rich as my dad's side of the family. However, times are changing. My dad has to invest his money and play with stocks just so we can live a luxurious and stress-free life. This is the root of my mother's obsession for the society. Minsan, iniisip ko, she raised me this way so I could be like her. Minsan, tulad ngayon, nakukumpirmi ko ito. She looks down on the boy I love just because she thinks he is not that rich in her standards. You stupid child! One day you will thank me for being this kind of mother to you! Sa nanginginig na kamay, dinampot niya ang kanyang handbag at mabilis na kinuha ang cellphone. She dialed someone's number while looking at me. Book me and my daughter a ticket to Katiklan, early in the morning tomorrow. My jaw dropped at that. Alam ko nang pupunta nga kami ng Castellana pero hindi ko inaasahan ngayon agad. But you said in 2 months! When the class starts! Natataranta kong sinabi. Tinalikuran niya ako. Ayaw na magpaliwanag pa sa naging desisyon. Mami, please! Hindi pa ako nakakapagpaalam sa mga kaibigan ko. Mami, you know how much I hate that place. Please! Mami, I hate it! I cried. I am desperate. I am dropping my last card in the hopes that she will realize how this is such a wrong move. Hindi ba ikaw na rin ang nagsabi na mas mabuting sa Manila ako mag-aral kaysa sa probinsya na yon? Mami, you'll regret this eventually. You said I shouldn't study there, right? Please! I'd rather rather you live in a province than in a city and grow up this way," she said before finally marching to our grand staircase. 4 years ago, Mommy brought me to that place. Umalis kasi ang pinsan ko kaya si Mommy ang namahala sa aming hotel. Kasama namin si Daddy nang nagdesisyon si Mommy na doon na kami tumira. At 14, I only cried because I will leave my friends then, but I didn't have a choice. The place was peaceful and very beautiful. I won't lie that I am entertained by everything. I am not very fond of the sea and the heat of that summery place, but I slowly learned to love it. Isa lang ang napansin ko sa lugar na iyon. "Ikaw nang magbigay niyan. Ayoko," I heard a waitress. I ordered a cake and an orange juice. Matagal ko nang napapansin na hindi masyadong maganda ang trato ng mga empleyado ng hotel o kahit ang mga kasambahay ng mansyon sa akin, pero hindi ko na inalintana hanggang sa araw na iyon. "Ayoko rin no, suplada, mas malala pa yata kay..." Nilingon ko sila. Nataranta sila ng kaunti at napilitan ng isang ihatid sa akin ang tray. I smiled shyly at the girl. "Thank you po," banayad kong sinabi. Nagtagal ang tingin ko sa babae para sana makausap siya saglit, pero mabilis lang ang tingin niya. Umalis din siya agad nang walang imik. Ginalaw ko ang tinidor ng cake at ilang sandali lang nilingon na ang mga empleyado nakatingin sa akin. I smiled at them but they didn't return it. Naupo si Kael, ang aking pinsan, kapatid ni Snow sa aking tabi. Kunot na ako siyang binalingan. "Kael?" He turned to me. Bakit parang galit ang mga tao rito sa akin?" He turned back to his breakfast and shrugged. "Guni-guni mo lang yan." But I don't think so. That same day, I was just hanging out in that restaurant when I saw Kael run towards a group of men. May kinausap siyang isa roon na sinagot naman yata siya ng maayos. It was a tall and a bit younger man. Isang napakalaking isda ang inilabas nila sa bangkang nakadaong hindi kalayuan sa aming mansyon. For amusement, I ran towards them to see what's up. Tutal, naroon naman si Kael. Maybe he can introduce me to those people, ha? So I can also have new friends here. Bumaling ang lalaki sa akin. His piercing, serious eyes made a swift run through me. Tipid akong palakaibigang ngumiti. Nang tuluyang nakalapit, pumagit na ako sa kanila ni Kael. "Ano yan?" Tanong ko habang tinitignan ang napakalaking isda. It was aimed for a conversation with anyone, but Kael was busy talking to the other older fishermen, and the only one who probably heard me is the younger one beside me. Nilingon ko siya pero hindi siya nakatingin sa akin. Abala siya sa isda at mga balde. "Ano yan?" Ulit ko sabay turo sa isda. "Anong isda to at saan niya nahuli?" I am serious when I say he heard me. I made my voice loud and clear. Nilingon ko ang isa pang matandang maying isda nang naramdaman ko ang konting hiya dahil hindi ako pinapansin ng binata. "Anong isda po ito?" I asked again, directed at the older fisherman now. Bumuka ang bibig ng lalaki pero tinikom din nang nagkatinginan sila ng katabi ko. I turned to the man beside me again. This time, my confidence is just slowly diminishing. Can't they hear me? "Tuna." "Jax, ihatid mo na to," an older man said at binalingan nito ang lalaking nasa tabi ko. Kunot na ang noo ng lalaki. Sumulyap siya sa akin bago kinuha ang iilang balde at umalis na roon kasama ang grupo. It wasn't the first or last time I've been treated badly in that town. Lahat ng tagpo sa buong bakasyon kong iyon, naging masama at weirdo. I heard hearsays that it's because of my mom. Naging malupit ba si Mami doon? Bakit ako kasali kung ganoon? Bakit sila masama sa akin? I don't understand. Soon, I hated the place. I dread coming back. Gumawa ako ng maraming iba pang dahilan kung bakit ayaw ko roon. I hate the sea. I hate the sun. I hate the salty air. I hate the strong waves. I hate the windmills I see on their mountain ranges. I hate the province life. I hate the heat. I hate summer. I hate the people. They hate me as I hate them. Sa dami ba naman ng hindi magandang tagpo ko roon? Hindi na rin ako nagtaka nang nagdesisyon si Mami na tuluyan na nga akong ibalik sa Manila. I just hope that it's going to be that way too when I come back. I just hope she'll realize that I am not welcome in that town. Everyone will only bully me and that will destroy me more than having Harper as my boyfriend.